Okay, in this tutorial we're going to learn about the pen tool in Illustrator. Now the pen tool is a very powerful tool that allows you to draw, and we're going to trace some shapes to learn how to use it. And graphic designers really use this tool to create all kinds of graphics for the popular logos that you know about. You could recreate all your favorite logos like the Nike swoosh, for example. And I'm just going to show you how to use this pen tool. And keep in mind, the fewer the points, the better. Okay? A little bit about this. This is the fill color. And this is the outline color. So you, in this little arrow here, can swap the colors. You could double click this and change the color. Let's just temporarily change it to this blue color. So I have an outline of blue, and I have the pen tool selected, and let's get started. So what's really neat is I'm going to start at this. I'm going to start at the top point here, and if I click and let go of my mouse, the left click, I create a point. Now on the top edge, if I hold the mouse down and drag a little bit, you'll get a curve. Okay, that's great. And I'm going to come to the side, and I will drag down along the heart and create a curve. And now it's not perfect yet. And I'm going to go to the middle point and just click and let go because it's a point that I don't need a curve at. And I'm going to try to go across from this other point here on this side, and I'm going to drag up. Okay, and then I'm going to come to the top point, drag towards the left, and don't drag too far, just a little bit, and then you go to the original point. You'll see a little circle pop up next to your cursor, and then click, and you could fill the whole you'll be able to fill the whole heart in now because it's been, all the dots are connected. And if you hit this little swap fill, you'll see. Okay, now you can see that the sides aren't done very well, but we can alter that by taking the white arrow and clicking on an anchor path, and now you can drag the handles out and bend the curve so that it's perfect. You could also use the arrow keys on the keyboard to nudge the points around, and you could nudge them into place and pull the handles the direction that you want to make the heart shape perfect. And yeah, that's all there is to it. So you can now, if I click off of everything, I can now drag the heart off, and you can see I've copied the heart with the pen tool. Okay, and so now we're going to move on to the water. Now this is really cool. There's 3 different colors of the water, but we're only going to trace one, and then we'll copy paste the others. So I'm going to work on this bottom part here. Oh, by the way, if I want to pick this exact color red, watch this. I could click the blue heart that we've traced. I'm going to take the pen tool, or I'm sorry, the eyedropper tool, and click the heart, and it selects the exact same color red. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now with this wave, I'm going to kind of move the document over a little bit. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to zoom in on the document. I'm going to click with the magnifying glass. By the way, with the magnifying glass, if you push the Alt key, you could zoom out. If you don't push the Alt key, you zoom in. Okay, so now I'm going to trace this front lighter blue a part of the wave. Okay, so I'm going to click on the original point here to get it started. I'm going to drag to the right. I'm going to just click, let go, and then over here I'm going to drag to the right. And again, I know that, and you'll see, by the way, you'll see that the fill color is going from point to point. So it could get a little distracting sometimes. And so sometimes I like to work like this. I like to hit the swap so that I just have an outline of the color that I'm using instead of the fill color, because the fill color kind of gets in the way. I'll show you again what I mean. If I swap this back, it's kind of weird how it's, because it's filling from point to point, and that's just the way the computer's doing it. Okay, and you can go back through, because I'm doing a video, I'm sort of rushing through this, and I'm not making the curves perfect. And see, I can't even see the point, so I will have to do this. And with the white arrow, I can go back through and clean all these up. Okay, and I'm just going to trace all the way around before I do the white arrow trick and clean things up a little bit. If I want to make it exact and make it perfect. Okay, so we're almost done. Get back to the original point here in 2 more clicks. I click this one and then get to the original point there. Okay, now with the white arrow, you can clean this up, and because I don't want my video to be too long, I'm not going to make it as perfect as you are. You're going to go ahead and be real meticulous and clean this up and make your trace look really good, nice and clean. Make it look like the original, because you can. You've got plenty of time in this class to do this. But what I want to do next is show you how to fill it with the exact same color, and then how we could quickly copy and paste and make the other waves. So you go through and clean these up first, and then do this next technique here. Okay, and the next technique is this. Take the eyedropper, like we just showed you with the heart, click on the blue, and I'm going to temporarily move this out of the way so you can see that we have that traced. So I'm going to undo that move to put it back in place. Now, I'm going to copy it, edit, copy, and watch this. You could paste in different ways. I'm just going to paste normally first because I want to teach you something. So I'm going to paste this, and let's just move it out of the way, and I'm going to take the eyedropper and select this blue color. Okay, so now if I move it up here, it's kind of in front of the original trace. But we can rearrange things. I can go Object, Arrange, and I could say Send Backward. So it'll go behind the object that, it'll go back one level. Okay? So now I'm going to copy and paste this one. Edit, copy. Now if you get real good at Illustrator, you'll notice that you can say paste and back. It'll paste behind it. But I'm just going to go ahead and paste normally, because that's what most people do. Control V on your keyboard. And now you see how this is in front of everything? Let's see if I could rearrange this. So Object, Arrange, Send Backward. Oh, first of all, let's pick the right color so we could really see the difference. Okay, now I sent it backwards once, but it's still in front of the second wave we created. So we're going to go Object, Arrange, Send Backward again. And there we go. We've sent it behind both waves that we traced. Okay, now to select multiple objects, because right now we have 1, 2, and 3 traced waves, and they're on top of an image that we don't want to select. What we can do, I'm going to zoom out a bit. What we can do, if we drag like this, we're going to select the photo also. We don't want to do that, so I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to hold the Shift key. Holding the Shift key, I'm going to click this one now, and this one as well. And I can go Object, Group. Now, with the black arrow, I can move this entire group together. Okay? Because I've just grouped them together. Okay, now this video is going to be really long, so I'm going to end it here before I create a second video to trace the ship. Okay? So by now you should be able to trace the heart and the waves. Okay? So have fun tracing.